And we are hopefully live. Now we wait to see if we're actually live.
We may or may not be actually live.
Yeah.
Is someone playing with their microphone?
I'm hearing an
Potentially
ad,
Jennifer.
which means
Am I playing with my? Is there weird noises coming from me?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Let me try something. Is that better?
Maybe.
I'm definitely still hearing.
You know what it is? I just realized I have it like next to my fan. Let me move it. I will mute while I move it.
Okay. Jeremy 5 is alive. Yep, that's me, everybody. I'm not the only one here. Say hi to John.
Hello.
You guys have all been chatting with John already, so I guess you don't have to say hi to John.
It's true.
Oh, look at that. I'm actually... Oh, no, it's okay. I thought I was not quite on the right... thought my windows were sized incorrectly, but it appears that the stream is just 10 seconds behind. Steam Summer Sale. Wah. Sorry, there we go. Season 2 begins soon. That's a good news item to show. Yeah, so what Cytosine is noticing is that when we play typically in these pre-release, when we're playing on a pre-release build, our back end that serves the in-game news items is sort of like just a clearinghouse of all the ones that we've tested over the years. So like, yes, we have the current ones, but then we have the Steam Summer Sale, we have the Season 1 completion sales in there, the mobile launch sale. Yeah, so none of those are the current ones that you should be seeing in the real game, but that's because we're playing on a pre-release build, which talks to a slightly different back end. So yes, some people have noticed that Cartoon Jen is here this evening. We have some bonus Hand of Lab Rats with us tonight, but we'll get to introducing them all in just a moment because I see that it is actually 7 o'clock. Let me just make sure we've got enough people watching. Tell your friends, everybody, to come watch Sentinels live. The more people we get, the better for you, me, and the multiverse.
If there aren't enough people watching, then we cancel the stream.
We cancel the stream. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we wouldn't really do that.
I mean, that's how network TV works.
That is how TV works, yes. But I mean, like, for us, I think this sort of grew out of the idea of us just wanting to, have a way to engage with, like, really the super fans. So if only the super fans show up and there's only, like, 2 or 3 of them, then, such is life, we'll keep playing. It's not like we're not going to play Sentinels in an evening just because there's only 3 people watching. All right, so it's Tuesday. It's 7-ish, so I guess that must mean it's time to welcome you all to Sentinels Live. Thanks, as always, for joining us around the digital tabletop while we play Sentinels of the Multiverse. The goal of these streams is to have fun, while also, occasionally, sometimes maybe, showing you how to play the game, as well as covering strategies that might help you win. At Handelabra, we believe in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments, activity, etc. actively working against that goal is simply not welcome and will not be tolerated. As we are the developers, you can always be sure to get some insight into the process and maybe, just maybe, see something before anyone else out in the world gets to see it, which you will tonight. That's right, we're going to be showing you one of the Season Pass preview pack items this evening on Sentinels Live. We'll let you guys think about what that might be while I continue my little script here. The game includes a tutorial that covers the basics, but we always do our best to explain exactly what we're doing, when we do it, and why. And depending on how long it takes for us to win or lose, we often play more than one full game in an episode. Episodes are anywhere from 60 to 120 minutes or so. Sentinels of the Multiverse is currently available for iOS, Android, as well as PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and always in good old analog cardboard and ink. And you can get more info about the game at sentinelsdigital.com. So, as mentioned, I'm Jeremy. You know me. And, of course, you know John. Say hi, John.
Hello.
But we have another 2/5 of the Handelabra team joining us this evening. Our amazing environmental artist slash card programmer slash everything, really. Slash, wallpaper maven creator, Jennifer. Say hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. That's Cartoon Jen, for those of you in the chat. And we also have the newest Handed Lab Rat with us this evening. That's Krista. Say hi, Krista.
Hi.
And that is Ketchup Rocket in the chat if you want to chat with her while we're playing. Now, I did want to get this out of the way up front because I don't want Krista to feel like she's getting ganged up on by the chat. Deep, enduring knowledge of the multiverse was not a prerequisite when we were hiring for the position that Krista applied for and was eventually hired for. So she is doing her best to learn the multiverse, but she had only just played the game maybe once or twice before she got the job here at Handelabra. So unlike John, who knows literally every card backward and forward, or Jean-Marc, who has programmed the engine from the ground up, or Jennifer, who's programmed more than half the cards in the game, or myself, who, although my strategy is occasionally suspect, does actually know the game fairly well, Krista is still learning. So please be kind to her as she learns her way through the game. All right. So, what are we showing?
I have a philosophical question for the chat.
John has a philosophical question for the chat,
which is, if Jeremy is playing Sentinels live and no one is watching, does he deal damage?
Does he still deal damage? That is a really good question. All right, I'm in Ra, God of the Sun, number 223. I see Jen and John are already joining me, so find us, Krista, while we figure out what we're going to play tonight. So we're going to be showing off a fan favorite, the new hero coming in the Season Pass preview pack tonight. Everybody's lucky/unlucky pal, Setback, a change from better to worse. So, John, tell us a little bit about Setback and how he works and what his whole story is.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, so Setback is a hero who is essentially has the power of being unlucky. His subtitle is A Change from Better to Worse. And so his whole, theme and mechanics revolve around, some randomness, as well as, hitting himself, destroying hero cards, hitting other heroes, having other heroes hit him. But the sort of benefit of his power is that, that unluckiness also affects the villains. And so, there's definitely a bit of interesting things he can do, but he's definitely a complex character. He's got a complexity 3 rating, which there are not many heroes in that level. Night Mist or Absolute Zero are among them.
So, just so you know, I've tried to flip him over to show his incapabilities, but it's still just showing his power. So there's a bit of a bug there. I will report it at some point.
Sure. I've been working on that stuff, so I will make a card.
We're trying to make sure that we can get Krista into the game, so that's
why
we're
she's in the game now.
Oh, she is in the game now? Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
There she is. Terrific. All right.
Same avatar?
I don't see the same avatar. It looks like Gamer Jen's got a choke point. Migrant P's got, is that Kazreem? Kazreem. And Ketchup Rocket is the wonderful young legacy.
Okay. On my screen, they're both question marks.
Okay.
I will send you all a picture of that.
All right. So, chat, why don't you let us know who we should play against this evening? We already know that one of us is going to be playing Setback, and we're not going to show off Choke Point tonight. She's not quite ready for prime time, although you can see that she is there. There she is, Choke Point, with her 3 nemeses. So people are talking about the foils. We can talk about the foils a bit in a moment, but we're going to let the chat vote on our villain this evening. So the first villain to get 3 votes will be the villain that we play in our show-off of Setback this evening. So we got Misinformation, Heroic Infinitor, Deadline. Who wants to play what heroes? I know John is going to play Setback for us. Who should I play tonight? Who pairs well with Setback, I guess is a good question. Oh boy, we got 3 votes for Dawn. Citizen Dawn, Dawn, and Dawn. Fantastic. Citizen Dawn it is. Let's see. You know what? I've been having a lot of success with Chrono Ranger lately, so I think I'm going to play the Chrono Ranger.
Sure.
And then Krista, what do you think? I know Krista, we had talked earlier with her about which heroes might be a good match for her. Legacies obviously are always a really good one. She did a mean Super Scientific Tachyon cosplay at Gen Con this year, if you guys were there.
I was thinking, yeah, probably like maybe Young Legacy, because that one's pretty fun, but pretty simple.
Yeah, I love some Young Legacy.
Cool.
Awesome. All right, so now we just need Cartoon Jen to pick somebody, and I'm going to pick the environment.
There's a lot of people in the chat seem to voting for Expatriate.
Yeah, I see a couple votes for Expatriate. All right. So, what do we think of this order? Looking pretty good?
Something's going wrong on my end. It's not all showing up. I don't know.
You want to quit and restart the game?
That's what I'm thinking I might need to do.
Probably not a terrible idea. All right, so we'll vamp a little bit while we wait for Jen to come back. I am between two environments right now. I'm going to flip a coin in my head. And, yep, done. We're going to play in the Time Cataclysm, which is always a good thematic choice when you've got Chrono Ranger in play, since his whole story is that he is flitting back and forth through the timelines. All right, so here we have it. I guess the only other remaining question is, shall we play Advanced?
I think we just play regular.
All right, regular Citizen Dawn. So just to give a refresher for anyone who might be new to the game or, you know, just needs a refresher because they haven't played Citizen Dawn since the original game came out because they've been too busy with expansions. Citizen Dawn's main thing is that she can only flip once. Basically, she brings her citizens into play. Her citizens all do various types of things. Some of them heal her, some of them deal damage to us. But once you fill her trash up with citizens, she can flip over. If there are 5 or more citizens in the villain trash, she flips. If she flips, she becomes immune until you get out a certain number of citizens again, which is, again, 5. And then once she flips back, you're fine. She won't flip back to her invincible side again. But that can, you know, so there's kind of 2 different ways to sort of look at Dawn, at least that I've seen online. One is try and kill her before she flips. Or, excuse me, defeat her before she flips. There's no killing in this game. The other is to flip her as fast as possible. You can flip her back, and then you've got sort of, you know, time to do whatever you need to do. Depending on what I get in play early in the game, in terms of citizens, is usually what determines for me which one of those I'm going to do. I believe John has a slightly different opinion about how that goes, though. He usually tries to go after her before she flips every time. Is that a fair representation?
I mean, I would generally prefer that, but,
yeah,
you know, you have to modify what you're doing all the time, so...
Gotta think on your feet. All right, so everybody ready up, and let's see what we can do to Citizen Dawn at the Time Cataclysm while we take our first look at Setback.
The chat is asking about the invite button on the game setup screen. That is a feature we're working on for the next update.
The world belongs to the citizens of the sun. Whoops, sorry, FPO default opening line. Yes, we don't have the... We do have the artwork for Setback, but we don't have the writing for Setback just yet, so... All right, so let's take a look at Setback real quick. We'll go through all of the heroes in a moment, but let's take a look real quick. So he starts off with 4 cards, Cash Out, and you'll notice up here there are 0 tokens in Setback's Unlucky Pool. That's going to be a very important mechanic that I'm sure John will talk about as we play. But Cash Out is a one-shot. Remove any number of tokens from your Unlucky Pool. Draw that many cards. Each player may discard 1 card. If 3 cards are discarded this way, each hero target regains 2 HP. Friendly Fire. Whenever a hero target deals a non-hero target damage, that hero may also deal Setback 2 damage of the same type. Whenever Setback is dealt damage this way, add 2 tokens to your Unlucky Pool. So again, we're talking about that Unlucky Pool here. Fumbling Fool, a one-shot. Discard the top card of each deck. You may add or remove 4 tokens from your Unlucky Pool. And then, whoops, sorry! It's a one-shot. Destroy 1 non-character card belonging to another hero. You may destroy 1 ongoing or environment card, and then add or remove 3 tokens from your Unlucky Pool. So obviously, what should be pretty obvious from reading these cards already is that this pool of unlucky tokens is going to be both the bane of his existence and the fuel for his fire. Depending on how you want to play him or what cards you get, you're going to be adding or subtracting tokens from that pool. Sometimes you can like swap tokens for damage points dealt to setback to save your hero friends, and there's all kinds of interesting mechanics around this pool. And you'll also notice some new icons on the cards here for adding or subtracting tokens. That is also something that will be coming to, I believe, the Karga Warfang's deck too, because there's the tokens there for the favorite pool. For the favorite pool, right. All right, so let's see what else everybody else has. We've got Hunter and Hunted, Just Doing My Job, Neurotoxin, Dart Thrower, and the Masada on Chrono Ranger. Young Legacy starts with a Flying Smash, Inspiring Presence, Superhuman Durability, and Surge of Strength. Not a bad start for Young Legacy. And Expatriate, Darkwatch Expatriate, it would seem, starts with Hollow Points, Speed Loading, and 2 guns, Submachine Gun and Tactical Shotgun. All right.
So, Jeremy, do you know about Setback's origin story?
Tell me about Setback's origin story.
He actually, so Baron Blade was using like a serum to try to basically, I think it was Baron Blade. I think his origin was Baron Blade and his serum, and he's trying to, find something that can destroy Legacy and something that can power himself up. And every person he tried his serum on, like, it would kill them or mutilate them or do horrible things to. But it worked on this one guy, Setback, who was like the lamest guy. And Baron Blade was very mad because it was like the worst possible sort of situation for him. So
it's interesting. I don't know if anybody here ever read Larry Niven's Ringworld series, but there's a whole thing in that about breeding someone for luck. The idea being that, like, that potentially luck could be an actual genetic trait. And so there's a whole subplot in that about breeding a person who was like, her genetic makeup somehow made her more lucky, so that, like, if a ship crashed, she would be the one who survived and all that kind of stuff, which is a really interesting thing. And so I get that feeling from Setback because of the whole lucky unlucky thing. So
yeah, and also he and Expatriate are an item. I'm not sure if you know that.
Oh, I did not know that. I see Cytosine has read the Ringworld
You should look
series.
Look at the flip side of Expatriate's card.
Darkwatch or regular? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, Darkwatch has got Darkwatch Setback in there. Good times.
Yep.
All right, so Citizen Dawn starts off with Citizen Autumn, Citizen Assault, Citizen Battery, and then immediately follows it up with a Blinding Blast.
Yeah, so you can read Sanvar post the multiverse entry on Greater Than Games website.
Awesome.
Blinding Blast.
I chose this environment not in the least amount because of the absolutely epic musical stuff that happens in this environment.
See, I was right. It was Baron Blade. His name is, of course, Pete Risk.
Pete Risk, R-I-S-K-E.
All right, I have to discard a couple cards, so I should think about what I want to do. I'm probably not going to need Cash Out right away, so I'm going to discard that. And Fumbling Fool is actually not a great one to use against Citizen Dawn unless we're looking to try to get Citizen to the trash, because that's a good way to get Citizens into the trash. But we also don't really have any ongoing cards to worry about, but I'm going to discard Fumbling Fool, I think.
All right, so Chrono Ranger, Hunter and Hunted isn't going to do a lot for me just yet. So I think I'm going to get rid of that. And then, I like doing my job in certain scenarios, but in a scenario where we're already discarding a lot of cards, I feel like that's not going to be super useful right now either, so I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah, so Young Legacy starts off with Flying Smash, which lets her deal a bunch of damage to a bunch of citizens, which would be awesome. Inspiring Presence, one of my all-time favorite cards, which is a boost to everybody and a quick heal. Superhuman Durability, that guards against mass damage. And then Surge of Strength. Like in this one, a Surge of Strength and a Flying Smash would be a really awesome thing. or Inspiring Presence, since we've all taken damage. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'll get rid of Superhuman Durability, because I don't think that's critical right now.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, if it was me, I would probably keep Flying Smash and Inspiring Presence, but I can't speak for anybody else.
Yeah, I think I'll get rid of Surge of Strength, because I like that it could bring a little bit of healing back to the... A little bit of healing back.
Yeah, I think Young Legacy is potentially my favorite Legacy. I know a lot of people like Grandpa Legacy, but I love the fact that she does damage as her base power. Shockingly, I know.
Shocking.
As Jeremy, but like I like that she can do both the support stuff that Legacy is good at plus dealing damage. Like that's awesome.
All right, so Citizen Assault is going to do a bunch of damage because Assault and Battery are both out.
Yes.
So that team up is annoying.
Yeah, Mothbeard says 3 damage as an innate power is super strong. It totally is. Like, especially when you've got a lot of other heroes that deal like 1 damage or like 1 damage to 2 different targets. You know, like a 3 damage Atomic Glaze is a really good base power.
Setback's power, I don't know if we mentioned, is to add a token to his unlucky pool and play the top card of his deck. So that's a bit of the randomness feature there. I'm going to play Friendly Fire. So when this card's in play, anytime a hero target deals a non-hero target damage, they can then also choose to deal Setback 2 damage. Which then would get Setback some more unlucky tokens.
Yeah, so like I know one of Setback's cards is like if he's got 10 unlucky tokens in his trash or in his pool or whatever, he can do stuff. So like if you're trying to build up to like a big attack, or if you know you're going to use it to fuel like a healing, bout or something, there's a lot of good reasons to fill up that pool.
Yeah, and it's even better if you can give him like a -1. Shield, then he only takes 1 damage to get 2 tokens, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to randomly play a card.
Looking Up, that's a good one. Let's pop that open so everyone can see what that is. I like Looking Up. Looking Up.
Damage dealing power.
Yeah, shocker. At the start of your turn, if you have 10 or more tokens, Setback deals himself 3 psychic damage, so this is where you got to be careful filling that up. But your power is to add 3 tokens to your unlucky pool, and you get to deal 1 target 3 melee damage. So that's a fun one. I like that one a lot. All right, so yeah, I don't have any bounties out, so the Masada's not going to do much. So I guess I'll just get out my Neurotoxin Dart Thrower. And which one of them deals more damage that we would want to reduce it? Or do they both deal damage? Citizen, Assault, and Battery.
Assault hits Assault, so that's more productive to hit Assault with it.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. So normally deal 1, and then it's 2 with Battery, so it'll take it back down to 1. All right, Setback, you want some tokens, or no? Probably not.
So what are we planning to do? Are we planning to destroy one of the citizens, or some of them?
I mean, Assault and Battery are annoying.
Autumn is more annoying.
Oh, yeah, which one is it? Autumn? Oh, she's the one that destroys ongoing cards. Yeah.
So right now that's going to be Legacy, but if Setback takes a bunch of damage, then he's going to be the lowest and lose his cards.
So Evil Dice Monkey real quick asks, is there no visible indicator of Setback's current unlucky pool? There actually is. It is on his character card. I don't know if that's final yet. Is that final? I don't know.
That's not fine. The final look and feel isn't there. But
that's what I thought. Yeah. So right now there is the indicator on his character card there in the corner, but we're still working on it. So.
Yeah. So Krista and Jennifer, what were you planning on doing?
I was planning on playing my tactical shotgun.
Okay.
And then shooting something.
So if we can get Autumn down by 2, we can get her out of the way.
Yeah. I could like throw in like a Flying Smash if you want to like just get her out.
Yeah, like we could get rid of all these citizens if we wanted. With Flying Smash and your base power and the shotgun.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that. So if we're going to do that, then yes, deal me 2 toxic damage.
All right. And I draw a terrible tech strike. And we're on to Legacy.
All right.
So you're gonna Flying Smash just the citizens, it sounds like?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so I see some people still discussing the foils. I got Handelabra's official set of foils, which is very exciting. Oh, wait, I just hit that by accident. Did we want to hit him again? Did you want 2 more tokens?
I mean, I voted for yes.
Oh, you did? Okay. I just clicked it because somebody voted, so okay. As long as that, you're fine with
I mean, you're not in control.
Oh, I see. Okay. I clicked yes, but I didn't know if that was a vote or if that was what that was. Anyway, because I wasn't paying attention because I was talking about foils. Yes, so we got our foils, and they are so cool looking.
They're really cool.
Yeah. I can't wait. John's actually been beginning to mock up the digital foils as well, and I think you guys are going to be pretty excited because not only is the new art awesome, and being able to have that in the video game is going to be awesome, but we've got some pretty good ideas for how to make the digital foils extra special, so I think you guys will like them.
Alright, let's get Citizen Autumn out of here.
Goodbye, Autumn.
We want to get rid of Citizen Battery.
I really personally don't care too much about Citizen Battery when Assault isn't there.
Yeah, Battery's going to do 3 energy damage to the hero target with the highest.
I'd be fine leaving him there, and you get +1 against Dawn. So
I can hit Dawn that way.
Yes, because of course, Expatriate is Citizen Dawn's daughter. So they get some Nemesis action happening there.
Does that back want more damage?
No. I need more things that use my tokens, so.
Out comes the Atlantean Throne Room. Let's pop that open since I don't know how much everybody remembers. I'm still at the point where I have to read most cards if I haven't played that environment or that hero or that villain in a little while. So the Atlantean Throne Room reduces all damage dealt by 1 at the start of the environment turn. Each player may draw a card. If none do, destroy this card. So that's the devil's bargain there. Like, oh, more cards, especially when we just had to discard 2 right off the bat versus all damage reduced by 1. Unless we have some way to destroy it, for instance. Whoops, sorry.
Yeah, I think I'd rather use that on Channel the Eclipse.
Ah, okay.
Like, we can get rid of Throne Room just by not drawing cards.
So Channel the Eclipse. At the end of the villain turn, Citizen Dawn deals herself 2 cold damage. At the start of the villain turn, play the top card of the villain deck.
Yeah. It's not a good one. We don't have other ongoing destruction right now, I don't think, so. Yeah, I think I'll get rid of that. Actually, don't really want to have Looking Up at this point, but... who wants their thing to be destroyed by accident?
You can destroy mine because I have a Arsenal access. I can play him next turn. So.
Okay.
Snot Zombie 77 says he's seen people on eBay trying to sell the foil set for $200, which is ridiculous. But I guess, I mean, look, I get it. Like, you know, they're just shipping now. So it's like, if you want it right now and you're like, you don't have your order yet, your tracking number yet, I guess. But, like, that seems dubious. Like, it's not a product that's even out of stock yet. It just hasn't shipped yet. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, I think. See, the problem is that like all my stuff only deals 1 damage by default. Terrible Tech Strike deals 2 and then 1, so it would act. That would
Did
be
you want to
1
mention
total.
what Setback played?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I was stuck reading the chat. So did you play Uncharmed Life?
That was my top deck play.
Top deck play. Uncharmed Life, ongoing. When a hero target would be dealt damage, you may remove 2 tokens from your unlucky pool to redirect that damage to Setback. And the power, Setback regains 3 HP, destroy this card. So a cool little redirector that can help his teammates out. As long as he's got tokens to fuel it. Alright. Alright, help me out, John. What would you do in this scenario? Because I feel like wasting Terrible Tech Strike to do a grand total of 1 damage and then not being able to do anything else because neither of my powers deal more than 1 damage.
I would play the Masada, and I would use the Dart Throw on Dawn.
Oh, is that not... It's not contingent on
the
whether...
Rider still works.
Ah, yes, that's right. Okay. So what John is talking about here is that, like, and this is one of those areas, again, where, because I don't know all the cards by heart, some of these types of cards are like, deal 1 toxic damage. If a target takes damage this way, reduce damage dealt by that target by 1. But the Neurotoxin Dart Thrower does not require that. All it requires is that you have targeted that target. So, so yes, we'll do that. And you said against Dawn?
I would go against Dawn, because she's going to deal damage, and then she might do other damage, so...
I draw another Just Doing My Job.
Inspiring Presence would cancel out the throne room.
Yep.
Oh.
And especially if we just ignore drawing cards, that throne room will go away, and then we'll have a nice bonus until the beginning of Legacy's next turn. And of course, can't discount the healing. Yeah, so as John was saying earlier, Citizen Battery does deal a little bit of a mess of damage, but without Assault in play, if we want to try and keep the Citizen count in the trash low, it's probably worth going after Dawn here.
Yeah, I would leave Battery alone.
And do you want any damage dealt to Setback or not?
No, it'll be 3 now, so that has now become too expensive.
Expatriate plays Arsenal Access. Looks like we have an Incendiary rounds and a Submachine Gun.
Well, I guess I'll take the submachine gun, because I don't have anywhere to put the ammo. And I guess I could use it. Because it won't destroy Citizen Battery, but it'll do 2 damage to Dawn.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't shed a tear if Battery accidentally gets killed.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Like we're not really, you know. There are definitely scenarios where you're like, all right, we've got 4 citizens in the trash. Let's make sure we don't get a 5th. But I think right now we've only got 2.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there's 2.
Yeah, I think we should keep the throne room in play.
Yeah, so that's what Colossus says. I would actually keep the throne room out. Minus 1 damage isn't that much with Inspiring Presence, especially when you have everyone getting extra draws. And yeah, and so this is a good way for us to replenish some of those cards we lost to Dawn early on. So I'm fine with choose forming here. Thank you, chat room. Reckless Rush, Temporal Grenade, another
RPG
Inspiring
launcher.
Presence, and an RPG launcher. Surprise shopping trip! And actually,
that won't matter
yeah, that's
to the throne room.
good call, chat, on keeping out that throne room. Cancels out the surprise shopping trip.
Susan Tears. Susan Tears must go away. Sure. This is going to Expatriate, so... Oh, actually, oh, right. It would... Expatriate would have been dealt damage because of the Nemesis, but it ends up being 0 to Setback.
Yeah, so Citizen Tears. At the end of the villain turn, each player discards 1 card. If Citizen Sweat is in play, each player discards 1 more card. Yeah, so we definitely want to get rid of her. Seeing none left, counting out everything that we do, it's like a nice warm blanket. I feel like I missed for too long. Yeah. I'm not looking to have everybody discard cards.
Well, I'll probably just get rid of Inspiring Presence since it's still out, right?
Yep.
Yep, that's fine with me.
More than one.
There can be only one. It's so hard to not sing along with the music because it just crawls in my head. Oh man, and guys, guys, gals, everybody else, the stuff that Jean-Marc is coming up with for Temple of Julong and Choke Point, I think you're going to be really excited about. And actually, just to sort of pseudo-respond, somebody had asked on Twitter the other day, when are we going to be doing the next retro listening party? We don't have an exact date yet, but I can tell you that the Infernal Relics listening party is going to be attached to the Season Pass 2 preview pack listening party. It's going to be one big listening party, so you guys can hear, because, you know, just 2 songs wouldn't be enough for a listening party on its own. So we're going to be doing the Season Pass preview pack coupled with Infernal Relics, and that's going to be a big listening party sometime in probably the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned to our Twitter, our Facebook, the Kickstarter. We will be announcing when we're going to be doing that as soon as we know, but it should be pretty exciting. Because I know how much you guys like the listening/viewing parties, excuse me. Oh, surprise shopping trip. Silverly says, I feel so sorry for poor Citizen Sweat who would choose that name. They're like, all right, look, we need 3 of you to choose Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And I was like, I got blood, I got tears. They're like, fine, I guess I'll take Sweat. All right, so let's see here. I can deal 3 damage with Terrible Tech Strike to Citizen Tears. Well, of course, first we're going to start with Jim's Hat, of course. A card that I finally understand how to use, which I'm very excited about. And so
it's basically HUD goggles.
Yeah, so. Exactly. All right. Yeah, I mean, if our number 1 priority target right now is getting Citizen Tears out, I can deal 3, and then...
Yeah, if you get it down to 1, then because if Jennifer's going to do Submachine Gun, then...
Well, so yeah, if I do 3, that'll get Citizen Tears down to 2. Or I could do my 2 damage against Dawn, then 1 against Citizen Tears. Then we can Atomic Glare, or Thawk even. Actually, yeah, get that down to 1, and then the Submachine Gun can do its thing. Let's see, RPG Launcher. That's another potential option as well. Alright, I think I'm gonna do my first Terrible Tech Strike against Dawn. And then, do you want more unlucky tokens?
Yes.
And then I'll do my 1 damage against Tears. More?
Yes.
All right, and then I will Neuro Dart Thrower Dawn. And then I think between Legacy and Expatriate, we should be able to get Tears out, no problem.
Yeah. And I don't need any tokens.
Whoa, actually, Jeremy's thinking more than 1 turn in advance. Yes, I am growing as a person.
Yeah, hit me, baby, one more time.
All right.
I have the card that lets me do 7 damage if I have 7.
Oh, nice. I like that everybody knows me well enough to understand how big of a growth moment this is for me. That I'm thinking more than one turn in advance.
I think it's enough to just maybe throw Fortitude in there, and then just do the innate power on Citizen Tears, and then Jen can just finish off Tears.
Cool.
Sure.
I'm fine with that. It's not what I would do, because that's less damage.
It might be what I would do.
But yes. But just because it's not what I would do, that doesn't mean that it's anything anyone should think about. As we've talked about on the stream many, many, many times, my hard and fast strategy is maybe not the most effective, but it makes for very action-packed games, for sure. My question is, so these people talking about citizen names, where's like Citizens Tango and Cash? And Citizens Turner and Hooch?
At the trademark office? Unfortunately, yes.
All right, I will. Yeah, I'm gonna follow the advice from the chat to save the RPG launcher for some worse things. I'll put on my flak jacket.
Crazy. Lou Dolphin getting the Scrubs reference in there. Scrubs is one of those shows that I rewatch like probably once a year, maybe once every 18 months. It is not my current rewatch show. My current rewatch shows, I'm both rewatching, I think I've mentioned this in the stream before, I'm rewatching Farscape because I'm listening to a podcast that's talking about it. But I also recently restarted Stargate SG-1, which is better than I remembered right from the word go. Like, a lot of sci-fi series need like a season to really get going, but man, SG-1 was solid right from the jump.
I think we should just keep this around.
Yeah, I haven't had any complaints about it so far.
We're still pretty card poor, so.
Yeah.
Because of Citizen Sweat.
Got a high risk behavior, displaced armory, another flying smash, excellent, and a quick draw. Surprise shopping trip is gone, and out comes a filter spy. The end of the environment turn, what is it? Let me bring that up again. This card deals the non-agent target with the second highest HP 3 toxic damage.
Counter Ranger can handle that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So if you had Hunter and Hunted, I could save you from that potentially horrifying damage. But you still don't have a bounty.
I don't.
At all.
None. And no way to get
or
one.
Hunter and Hunted. And Legacy can take this for 0. Yeah, once you get Hunter and Hunted going, then that combo with Uncharmed Life is really good because I can protect you.
Mm-hmm.
Or Legacy can as well, but.
Fortitude paying some dividends.
And Citizen Blood, I have no problem leaving him in play all the time.
Yeah, so Citizen Blood, at the end of the villain turn, this card deals the hero target with the lowest HP 1 melee damage. Obviously, if we're going to keep out the Atlantean throne room, that's nothing to worry about. Obviously, if Citizen Sweat comes back out, or Citizen Tears, actually, Citizen Sweat won't matter because that's just another 1 melee damage, not a boost in damage. Blood is the one that increases it by 1. So, all right, so you drew high-risk behavior. Let's bring that up real quick. Ongoing, increased damage dealt to and by setback to and by villain targets by 1 for every 3 tokens in your unlucky pool. At the start of your turn, you may add or remove 1 token from your unlucky pool. Lots of if, then, or else is happening on this card. This one must have been fun to program.
It's a pretty great card. It's obviously dangerous, but you can do some great stuff. I'm going to play Karmic Retribution, which also got drawn last round. If you have fewer than 7 tokens in your lucky pool, remove one of them for setback to regain 2 hit points. If you have 7 or more, you remove 7 of them for setback to deal one target 7 damage. And that's what we're going to do. See, Jeremy? You'll love this character.
Yes, indeed. All right, seriously, chat, go home. You're drunk. They're coming up with crazy names.
You know that Christopher and Adam have, like, probably a list of, like, 100.
I'm sure. Citizen T and Citizen Biscuit, Citizen Banjo and Kazooie. That's crazy. That's crazy pants. That's what that is.
Setback is a hero target, so he can hit himself with friendly fire if he wants.
Sanvar says high-risk behavior has one of his favorite flavor texts in the game. Let me bring that up real quick. Oh, hello there. Have you considered, say, not hitting me? Setback. Freedom 5, number 592.
One kind of interesting little sort of correlation between friendly fire and surprising fortune. I can basically deal myself 2 damage here to get 2 tokens, which I can then spend to get 2 hit points back and have someone draw 2 cards. So that's what I did last round, actually. That's why you had more cards to choose from, Jeremy.
Oh. I was probably reading the chat and not paying attention.
Yeah. But I think I'm just not going to do that. And I'm going to do something else. I'm going to get some free tokens from looking up. And punch Citizen Dumb.
Citizen Deaf, Citizen Dumb, and Citizen Blind. So that's extra funny for me because that whole, like, the 3 monkeys of, like, covering the mouth, covering the ears, covering the eyes. We had a family photo shoot, and me and my dad and my wife's dad did the 3 monkey thing, and it's an awesome picture of the 3 of us. We got it printed in black and white, and we gave it to all the dads on Father's Day. It was really awesome. I love that, the 3 monkey, no see, no do thingy. All right, let's see. So we were talking already about how Citizen Blood is nothing to worry about. We're not trying to get rid of Citizen Battery. So how can I maximize damage against Dawn this turn? Let's see here. Yes, I still have no way to get a bounty. I could get some more equipment with Displaced Armory. How worried are we about that Filter Spy? I'm sorry, that F.I.L.T.E.R.spy.
He's hitting one of us for 3 damage.
Yeah.
Too bad. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Okay.
I potentially could damage everything on my next turn with shock rounds. Well, submachine gun and shock rounds.
I think I'll just Terrible Tech Strike Dawn then.
I mean, you have 2 plays, right?
Oh, right! Alright, so I'm going to Displace Armory first and take a look. Actually, what's in my trash? Let's take a look at my trash. Nope, no equipment. Alright, so let's deck it. And... I think I'll just get Compounded Bow just for some options. And then... we'll hit Dawn for 1. You want some more stuff? More tokens?
No.
Nope. All right. And then I will Terrible Tech Strike Dawn. And again. And 1 damage for reduced damage by her, or 2 damage to her.
I would use the Dart Thrower.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use the Dart Thrower.
Because she could play Blinding Blast again.
There's
There
a
you go.
bounty.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Citizen Nemesis is Nemesis.
Do we just want to, like, keep dealing out damage to Citizen Dawn then if we're not worried about the citizens?
Yeah, I mean, given
Yeah.
our current state of hit points, I would probably just focus damage on Dawn.
Yeah,
Alright.
because I'll hit the citizens. But
I would
I'll just-
avoid killing Citizen Battery, especially.
Alright.
So there's already 3 in the trash.
Alright, I'll just throw out Funk then.
Fuck.
Yay, more cards.
Actually, if we want to keep the citizens in play, then I can get out Pride and Prejudice. Or Pride or Prejudice, I should say.
Yeah, I think that would be better than shock rounds right now.
Yep, I'd be fine with that.
You have to pick one.
Oh, decisions.
Yes.
I'll pick
And we've-
Prejudice.
Yeah, we've had this conversation on the stream before. Like, do you go with Prejudice and Pride in the wrong order but the correct artwork order? Do you go with Pride and Prejudice in the right name order but then the artwork looks funky? I usually go
chose
for
art.
Prejudice first.
Setback, are you good on tokens?
Let me see. Yeah, you can hit me. Setback takes. He prefers to take damage from expatriate.
All right.
And I think we can continue drawing cards.
Keep drawing some cards. Reckless Rush. Eye on the prize. I like that one. Bolster allies. And reload. Rift in Time causes another card play. Out comes the Mars Quake. Deal each target 2 melee damage, which will be reduced to 1.
Yeah, I don't think the order matters here.
Ooh, Citizens Pinky and the Brain. I like that one. Fun fact, I actually sing one of my goodnight songs to my kids is the Animaniacs soundtrack. Because it was a song that I knew all the words to. And I was like, this is a fun sort of kid kind of thing. So I started it with Audrey when she was like 1, which is, Jesus, 9 years ago. And I still sing it, and Violet actually requests it now. She's 5. She requests it now. She's like, Daddy, sing the Animaniacs soundtrack. And now that Animaniacs is actually on Netflix, they've actually watched some Animaniacs, and they know what it's referencing, which is very exciting.
All right, so a bunch of stuff came out on the environment bill in turn. That Mars Quake, if we leave it around at the start of the environment turn, we can have it destroy Channel the Eclipse for us at the cost of an ongoing card of ours, which we have a lot. So I think that's probably fine. Or at least I have a lot. I don't mind giving up something for
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I mean, mine and it looks like Jen's are mostly equipments. All equipments, it looks like.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah.
But yeah, Legacy and Setback both have ongoings.
So I'm okay with leaving Mars Quake and letting it take care of Channel the Eclipse. So
Well, I can destroy Channel the Eclipse with RPG Launcher.
right, but I mean the Mars Quake is going to go off, right? So
Oh, right, yeah.
and do that for us, so we don't need to waste. You can save that card for later.
Yeah.
Or use it on Rift in Time if we want to not have more environment cards coming out.
Do you know what Rift in Time does?
At the end of the environment turn, play the top card of the environment deck. Oh, right, and it destroys one too. Haha, yes. Of course, it destroys one, John. Duh.
Of course. Excellent. It's all part of the plan. Let's see. So
But yeah, have we looked at
what
Plucky
else?
Break yet? Remove 2 tokens from your unlucky pool. If you do, draw 1 card and Setback deals 1 target 2 melee damage. If there are 0 tokens in your unlucky pool, Setback regains 3 HP.
It's a really nice card to play when you have 2 tokens. Do I want high risk behavior? I could play high risk behavior and then let Marsquake destroy it. That seems like a good plan. Except I don't know if I want to add 3 tokens to my unlucky pool. Actually, then I could destroy looking up. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. All right. I'm going to hit Sisindon for a bunch of damage. And I don't want to hit myself. I don't think. There we go. Silver Lining. Setbacks have to be a low hit points because he has this ability to.
Yeah, let's pull that up real quick. Silver Lining, ongoing. If setback would be reduced to 0 or fewer HP, remove all tokens from your unlucky pool and restore setback to HP equal to this amount of tokens removed this way. Then destroy this card. So that's his, what's Fanatic's card? Aegis of Resurrection.
Aegis of Resurrection, yeah. But it's dynamically based on the number of tokens.
Yes. All right.
So that's how I played a game earlier today where I used a card to deal 22 damage to a villain and then hit myself for 24 and ended up at 24 HP after I would be incapacitated. But Silver Lining.
Villains hate him. All right, so I finally got out a bounty. I put the ultimate target on Citizen Dawn, and I still don't have any bounties in my trash, so bounty board isn't going to be useful. But I think I might eye on the prize, because why the heck not? And we'll hit her for 2, thanks to my boosts. And we'll get some more tokens for setback. And I drew a Dead or Alive. Given my current hit points, I like that idea.
I mean, you want more bounties, right? So you can, the Masada gets stronger.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, this is one of those situations that I always kind of get caught in a do loop. It's like, all right, so do I want to put it on a target that is going to leave play so that I can draw a card, or do I just keep getting the HP? Probably just keep getting the HP. So we'll put that on Citizen.
I have never had that dilemma. It always goes on a target that's not going to leave play for me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're kind of just throwing it out.
All right, so this is going to be 2 + 1 + 1. So it'll be 3 total if I use the Masada on her, or I can reduce her damage by 1 with the Neurotoxin Dart Thrower for only 1 damage. Am I doing that math right?
Yeah, the Masada would be 3. Compounded Bow would be 4.
Or the Dart Thrower, which would be only 1. Well, it would be 2, but then her damage would be reduced.
Actually, the Masada would be 4. Would be 4 because of the ultimate target.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't use the Dart Thrower. I'd use either the Masada or Compounded Bow or Masada would both do 4 damage. So.
Oh, right, it's irreducible.
Yes, that is why.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sure.
So unlucky. Here's all my bounties. Starting to get them now, finally. Oh, Legacy's got some options. I mean, once, like, so again, peek behind the curtain of Jeremy's head. With Citizen Dawn at this particular stage of the game with this many hit points, I would be back fist striking and just going for the kill. But
yeah,
I realize that's
what
not,
I figured.
That's not everybody's point of view. I think we've rebounded on cards pretty much.
I would play back to strike.
Yeah.
Hey, Zero Budget Geek, what's going on?
See, Setback's shirt has come off.
Draw a Legacy Ring, and we're on to Expatriate.
I think I'm going to play Reload.
Cool.
Put my hollow points on Prejudice.
Nice. Oh, Dawn. Looks like you brought a knife to a gunfight.
This Patriot's not messing around.
The relationship between Citizen Dawn and Expatriate is in some ways like the relationship between my eldest daughter and my wife. At least in this game it is. My daughter can definitely be like Expatriate when we wake her up to go to ice skating in the morning when she's like, leave me alone! And she definitely gets +1 preteen damage when she yells at her wife.
All right, so I think Rift in Time can destroy itself. And this can destroy the thing that's going to make me hit myself at the start of my turn. Yeah. We'll go with high-risk behavior. What could possibly go wrong?
It's all about risk management. Crushing hallway.
We could RPG launcher this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know
you
that
have
this
grenades.
is.
You have temporal grenades.
I
And
do.
stuff,
Yeah,
so
I have a temporal grenade, so
we can deal with it. Is someone like
If we
tapping
need
their
to.
microphone or their table?
you get Citizen
Not anymore.
Anvil. Zero Budget Geeks asks if this is the mobile app. I don't know that any of us are playing on the mobile app right now. I'm playing on Steam. I think everybody... Actually, we're all playing on Steam because we're playing on a test build. So this is not currently the mobile app. To answer your question.
But it's fully cross-platform.
It is fully cross-platform, so we could be. All right, I get to use a power. And I think we discussed that either Masada or Compounded Bow will both do quite a bit of damage. So I'm going to go ahead and do...
Yeah, I would just Masada on Dawn. We'll
Yeah.
beat her this round.
Yep.
Just piling on damage, so.
Yeah, I don't really know that it matters, but Legacy's going to take the least.
Yeah, the damage previews are not coming through properly. I think it's due to Uncharmed Life.
Okay, I'm glad that you saw that too, because I was going to mention it.
I'm going to make a note of that for Jean-Marc.
Zero Budget Geek says, I play on Steam and iPad. I prefer Steam. An interesting piece of feedback we've been getting since we launched on phone. A lot of people, both from Steam and from like the tablet version, are saying that they actually are now playing on their phones more. That they actually prefer the phone UI to the Steam or the tablet UI, which is pretty cool. Because that was one of the things we always said was that we, you know, to bring it to phones, we weren't going to do it until we knew we could do it right. Just shrinking the tablet UI down to phones wasn't going to work. And so we spent quite a bit of time actually iterating on what we wanted the phone version to look like. And we're pretty happy with how it turned out, and we're excited that other people agree. Turn of Events, that is a card I don't believe we've read out yet. That's a one-shot. Remove 4 tokens from your unlucky pool. If you do, each other player may use a power now. Setback deals himself 2 psychic damage. That is an awesome card.
All right, would you like to finish the job, Jennifer?
I think that has
Sure.
pleasing resonance.
Oh, not quite.
Oh, it doesn't quite do it because of Anvil.
Ah!
Oh, so close.
You can just hit setback for fun then. All right, who wants to finish it off? I think Krista, since it's your first stream.
Yes, I concur with that assessment.
Good thing
Glaze,
that,
Citizen Dawn.
Goodbye.
that damage from Expatriate almost knocked Setback out. That would have stopped it.
There it is. Setback with a grand total of 1 HP left.
He's fine.
He's fine.
He looks pretty happy there.
He does look happy. He looks like he's just fine with it. All right, so there it is, folks. Your first view of Setback in Sentinels of the Multiverse. That is, of course, from the upcoming Season Pass Preview Pack coming soon. Yeah, I mean, his mechanics are really interesting. I've been playing a bunch of test games with him, and I actually, contrary to the way I do it whenever we do like a mini pack or other things, I've been trying to play just him against existing heroes and villains and not playing games that are just Choke Point, Setback, and Temple of Zulong, because I feel like when you play all 3 of the new decks together, you get a lot of conflicting stuff. I want to see how he plays against other, matchups that I'm used to, and I'm really, really enjoying. I can see why he's a favorite, because his mechanics are really fun to mess around with.
Cool. You're gonna play one more?
Yeah, it's 8:04, so I think we've got time to play another one.
It's not 3 a.m. for me, so...
Yes, that's right. John is in North America for the first time in, 10 months?
10 months.
He's in Halifax again. He'll be here for a couple weeks, then he's going further east in Canada.
You've got your east and west mixed up.
Then he's going further west in Canada.
You can't actually go further east from where I am right now.
Well, you could probably go like 100 feet further east.
Oh yeah, like maybe I think a kilometer, but and then you can go to Newfoundland, but that's also further north.
All right, so since we showed off, we did show off Temple of Zulong a couple weeks ago, but we've got some new artwork in there for Temple of Zulong, so we'll play that again now.
It's getting pretty close to final.
Yeah, it's getting pretty close to final. And a couple people earlier were requesting Deadline, but we did just play Deadline recently, I feel like. So let's pop open the spreadsheet here that Krista has been diligently maintaining for me and see who we haven't played recently. Let's see here.
Europe misses John, and John misses Europe. Yeah, Paris was awesome. I loved living there, so definitely be going back there again someday. But we're actually going to be going back to Europe. We're going to Edmonton for a month, and then we're going to be heading to Germany and Switzerland and Italy and probably Croatia and back to Germany and who knows where. So I gather no moss.
He is
La
truly a
Capitaine?
Rolling Stone. Yeah, we have it. It looks like in the last couple, 2 to 3, at least 3 months, we have not played La Capitaine. So I made the executive decision, as I am wont to do, and we'll be playing against La Capitaine this evening. All right, looks like Jen and John have already picked their heroes, so I am going to pick. You know what? I'm going to play the Super Scientific Tachyon. All right, Krista, what do you got for us?
Mossbeard pointed out that Setback could irritate Dawn by calling her mom all the time. I was thinking about how it was like he was basically battling his mother-in-law in that.
So other choices for Krista that are relatively simple mechanically. I would say Ra would be a good choice. Maybe Haka, Bunker.
The Wraith?
Wraith. Yeah, Wraith, obviously. I think you played Wraith in one of our first test games when you joined the team. You played as Wraith, I believe.
We did. I actually was just thinking about doing... Yeah.
Cool.
All right, looks like she's going to be playing Freedom 6 Wraith, which, of course, the base power on that is deal up to 2 targets 1 melee damage each, as opposed to her, Stealth, where she reduces the next damage dealt to her by 2. All right, and then let's take a look at La Capitaine real quick for anyone who's not up to speed. At the start of the game, La Capitaine enters play Time Corsair, side up. La Paradoja Magnifica is put into play, the villain deck is shuffled. At the start of the villain turn, if there are 3 or more cards under this card, La Capitaine flips. Whenever a hero card is destroyed by a villain card, it is placed under this card. At the end of the villain turn, La Capitaine deals the hero target with the highest HP H-1 projectile damage. And then when she flips over, the cards under her act as sort of a shield. Every time you are going to deal her damage, instead, one of those cards is removed. I believe that's right, yes?
Yep.
All right.
Are we playing regular or advanced?
Yeah, so let's take a look at the advanced rules. Advanced on her front side, at the start of the villain turn, destroy a hero, ongoing, or equipment card. Boo. And then advanced on her flip side, at the start of the villain turn, destroy a hero, ongoing, or equipment card. So it's the same thing. Blah. I mean, we can play it if you want. I'm open to a challenge.
All right, that's like that bug is affecting that too. So what happens on advanced on the flip side is...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, none of it is being replaced, right? That's a bug I just introduced today while fixing another bug, and that's how software works.
99 bugs on the wall, 99 bugs. Fix one
so
down.
On the flip side, the advanced rule is the first time she would be dealt damage each round redirected to a hero. So once you get through her shield, then you still have to deal with, a redirection, sort of like Iron Legacy style.
Sounds like fun. Boom.
Right. I don't think we've actually played advanced like I've been on the stream. So.
Yeah, we may not have. So let's do that.
She's great. She steals the hero's equipment and then uses it against them.
Yeah.
Well, not against them, but uses it as a shield.
All right, ready up, Ketchup Rocket.
Boop.
All right, so I think we mentioned this when we showed this off on the stream 2 weeks ago, but Temple of Zhulong has got the least number of unique cards of any deck in the game. I think there's only 6, potentially 7 of them. So you have a better chance of knowing what's going to come next, but some of them are really not fun. Ahoy, niños, hand over all your valuables or get thrown overboard. I have foreseen the consequences of this conflict. Oh, right. Temple of Zhulong doesn't have music yet. Hang on, let me get some music playing.
Soon.
All right, while that's happening, Visionary starts with a decoy projection, demoralization, suggestion, and rest the mind. Tempest has aquatic correspondence, cleansing downpour into the stratosphere, and lightning slash. Super Scientific Tachyon starts with 2 accelerated assaults, a quick insight, and a supersonic response. And the Wraith, Price of Freedom, starts with combat stance, inventory barrage, smoke bombs, and suture self. Let's let her play her cards while I get my music playing.
The time ship, of course. We have Siegebreaker, one of our beta testers. Who would like to get hit first? I vote for Healy McTempest.
Woohoo!
Alright, we got Time Cataclysm playing again. Stream, let me know if you're hearing that music. I want to make sure I'm routing it properly. Alright. Temporal Thief. Put the top card of each hero deck under La Capitan's villain card. Wah wah.
Well, our hair dryers are being stolen.
Oof, we lost a Lightspeed Barrage there. That's not great. Thank you, Mothbeard. I'll turn it up a little bit. So hopefully that'll be good.
Siegebreaker does some irreducible damage. Let's see. So, for the Visionary, I think Rest of the Mind's not too bad because I can get him to do irreducible damage to himself. And get rid of him. Also, like demoralization against La Capitan because it helps chip down her shield, which is going to be coming out. So actually, I'm going to do demoralization. And
Level Up
Choose
Leo
everyone.
asks, is there a list of the new variant abilities arrived in the foil pack, like what powers the new heroes have? If you check out reddit.com/r/sentinels multiverse, there's definitely a bunch of people that have been posting all this stuff from the new cards.
Yeah, Board Game Geek forums.
Yeah, Board Game Geek also.
Every place there are forums, people have been posting lists. So probably if you like typed in that question into Google, you would find it. If you maybe added the word Sentinels. So I think I'm going to give this ability to Tachyon.
Tachyon appreciates it.
It gets to discard.
Lightning Speed, Hypersonic Assault. I think I'm going to get rid of one of my accelerated assaults.
Thinking about Into the Stratosphere being one of those cards.
I mean,
Of course, they both do things at the end of the villain turn, so it wouldn't be super helpful. Except to prevent her from pulling out another
yeah, I
card.
mean, if we could get her to reshuffle the ship back into her deck, that would be great. But I'm not sure if, like, she doesn't have anything else that's doing a reshuffle right now.
Yeah, I guess I could just Lightning Slash Capitan. That sounds like a good plan, right?
Evil Does Monkey points out a good, interesting question about if how it's going to work with completionist guys in terms of who owns what variants and who's unlocked what variants, etc., etc. That is a really good question. That you know who I think is going to be really good at figuring that out? Future Handelabra.
Yeah, we do not answer questions about things that we're not doing yet.
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen.
That sounds like a job for future Jean-Marc and future John. All right. So now, you did not end up resting the mind on Siegebreaker.
No.
But my Hypersonic Assault isn't going to do anything to Siegebreaker. Yeah, we're in the second game, so I'm just going to play how I would play instead of discussing all the stuff. So I'm going to quick insight.
Do what you want.
Yeah, exactly. And
I wouldn't play Hypersonic either right now.
yeah, so I'm going to get rid of that. And yeah. Yep. And then I'm going to experiment on myself. 2 pushing the limits, so 1 will go out and 1 won't. And I'll draw another research grant and a fleet of foot. I'll take it. Mothbird says you should make an account for future Handelabra. Just occasionally pop up with stuff like, wow, that's not what I thought would happen. All right,
I'm thinking
Wraith.
just throwing combative stance in there. But
Yep.
yeah. There's not many options right now for Wraith.
I'm always a fan of the combat stance.
We've already attacked this ship, right?
I would continue attacking it.
Yeah, we definitely want to get that out if we can.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
So speaking of weird cards from the environment, let's bring up that Shinobi Assassin so we can tell people what that's all about. So the Shinobi Assassin, it's a dragon student. When this card enters play, it
With
deals...
an apostrophe.
What's that?
It has an apostrophe.
It has an apostrophe now. When the card enters play, it deals the non-environment target with the lowest HP 3 melee damage. When the card would be destroyed, move it to the top of a hero deck instead. When this card would be drawn, discarded, revealed, or played, put it into play in the environment play area. So this is like the cockroach. You cannot get rid of it.
Except you can,
Except you can, but...
because Le Capitan will be stealing them
Ah.
into underneath her.
Yeah, Flip Capitan's pretty amazing. It shows all sorts of things.
Ah, plunder.
So this is going to be destroying 2.
I can lose pushing the limits. That's fine. Then I don't have to take my damage.
Can we get another vote for pushing limits? Thank you. And I guess...
Yeah,
I would probably get rid of combat stance, because
Yeah, that's where I was
demoralization's a little
leaning.
more reliable.
That's where I was leaning as well. Taki can take this.
Whichever. It's not going to make too much of a difference.
Yeah.
Woo! That's my favorite Le Capitan art.
Which one? The captain's orders?
Yeah, so actually I was waiting for her to flip because I wanted to mention that at the top of the stream I mentioned that Krista did a mean Super Scientific Tachyon, but Jen did a really mean Le Capitan cosplay at Gen Con. In fact, if you go to our Facebook, I'm pretty sure we reposted some of the pictures. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you pulled that off, Jen? How did you make the sort of half-face mask of the Le Capitan that you did for your cosplay?
I made the mask myself. Like, I bought a mask and then I cut it.
Oh, okay.
And painted it. I painted it metallic green to match like my arms and legs that were also metallic green. And just by like sheer dumb luck, I found a shirt that like sort of looked like
Nice.
the Capitan shirt. Yeah.
Very cool.
But my favorite was like, and then like I got like hands and feet and painted them to match the mask.
Cosplay is so awesome. I'm bummed.
Yeah.
I had
It
to
was
leave
pretty
Gen
fun.
Con
Like, I
early
was
this
really...
year, so I didn't get to do my Luminary, and you guys were deprived of seeing my Luminary. But someday you'll get to see my Luminary, which was really good.
Yeah, I had to give a lot of thought to how to top Gloomweaver from last year.
Yeah, Gloomweaver last year was pretty sweet.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I hope this, like, I think this was at least as good as Gloomweaver, so.
Well, one interesting thing is, like, that version of Le Capitan, like, that particular view of Le Capitan is only found in the digital game.
Yes.
So
Yep.
you're really doing a cosplay from the video game, which is really cool. I think, so I think it wasn't as obvious to people right away, you know?
Yeah.
Which is kinda
Yeah,
cool.
like,
Yeah.
not everyone got it, but the people who got it were, like, really got it. They're like, oh, yeah. You knew they played the video game if they got
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yes, Tachyon's card can go in the trash. All right. We probably don't want any of those cards that she has in her trash to be on top of her deck. And she's going to reshuffle anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Might be time for that rest of the mind and just have Siegebreaker attack the ship. But I don't know. I guess I can just mind spec the ship. I think I'm going to do that. The ship just makes it impossible if she's playing two cards around. And Tachyon, keep going.
Nice. Ooh, I like that. All right, we'll get rid of those research grants. I'm not going to use them. And then I've got two fleets. Fleets of feet. Fleets of foot.
Well, look what I should I draw cards or heal everybody? Or into the stratosphere or something?
Into the Stratosphere does a damage too, which is nice.
Yeah, I think I will into the stratosphere. I guess they all do things at the end of the turn, so it doesn't really matter. I'll into the stratosphere captain's orders. I will take my card back. Unless someone else wants their trash back.
Nope.
I already got mine. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with Fleet of Foot. Let's get Arrest the Mind, Chain Lightning, Blinding Speed, and Trust Fund. And then just to change it up a little bit, I think I'm going to Fleet of Foot. So we get Precognition, Grievous Hailstorm, Blinding Speed, and Mega Computer. And dealt by Siegebreaker. Yeah, I mean, should I like Accelerated Assault and then get rid of that last one and then set it up for the redirection? Although if she has, does she flip back?
She'll flip back. I would Nimble Strike the ship.
Nimble Strike the ship? Okay, yeah, that's fine. That was going to be my second choice.
Because the Wraith can hit Le Capitan once. Ideally we don't want Le Capitan to redirect something to us.
All right,
So.
Is there anyone else that we think might be an interesting experiment? Or should I just do myself?
Someone giving us numbers? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I
I mean, based on who's in play, I think Tachyon's probably still the best bet. Oh, good. All right, so I'll Synaptic Interruption, and then I'll Nimble Strike the ship again. And I'll draw another Fleet of Foot! And a Lightspeed Barrage. Fantastic.
Good.
I'm thinking maybe either smoke bombs or throwing in the utility belt for future setup.
Yep.
I'll get
I
future
lied.
setup.
Maybe we didn't Facebook the pictures of the cosplays. I was trying to find it because people were talking about wanting to see it. Must have been on Twitter.
I was gonna stick a picture in the chat, but it looks like it doesn't let me do that.
Well, there are lots of great cosplays. I wasn't at Gen Con, but I saw the photos.
There were some really good ones.
Yeah, there was one other Luminary, which I would have been very excited to have, like, brother Luminaries.
But the ultimate cosplay was the cosplay of Christopher Bedell.
Yes. Yeah,
That would be
Jody.
great.
Jody from Greater Than Games cosplayed as Christopher, like down to the point where she actually got like the tattoo and like had it drawn on her arm. And man, it was amazing. It was
Yeah.
epic.
And she had some photos with Christopher's wife and everything. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
That's Siegebreaker. He's invincible. Like Capitan flips back. Or she flips back at the end, doesn't she? So she can sometimes stick around if she plays a one-shot that lets her steal something.
That's okay, none left. We understand. Whenever a villain target is destroyed, La Capitan does something. A card went away before I could read it.
It's just for a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's one of the like cards that is not fun.
Each hero target 3 psychic. So we'll definitely want to get rid of that. With maybe one of your plenteous blinding speeds.
Yes. I believe Visionary can't use powers?
I cannot use powers. But I can play a card. Actually, I can put that card back on top of the deck. Oh, but she's going to reshuffle. Well, we're going to kill the ship, right? So she's not going to reshuffle. I assume we're going to be able to kill the ship before her turn. So I can suggest walk the plank on top of her deck. And if you hypersonic assault her, then she won't be able to deal damage and stop someone from using powers.
Yeah, so I'm going to definitely fleet of foot, and then I can hypersonic
I guess
assault.
you can't play more than one card, though.
Yeah, I don't have any of my HUD goggles or anything out, so I can't blinding speed and hypersonic assault.
Well, but that's okay, because hypersonic assault will stop her from doing the revenge.
Oh, right, okay.
So as long as we don't kill the ship before she gets hypersonic assaulted, which I think is fine. We just want to, that's as long as it has, like, if Tempest hits the ship down to 2 hit points, then that should be fine. That seems like something Tempest can probably do. So I'm going to suggest that.
Ooh, I got some good choices here. I can just destroy the ship right off the bat.
Please don't.
Okay, what would you like me to do?
Don't destroy the ship.
Yeah, we want to hypersonic assault her before I hit the ship, right?
Yeah, so if you get the ship down to 2 or 1 hit points, that would be good.
Okay.
So, yeah, that makes sense. Siege Breaker.
So if I hit it now, then I'll hit it one more time. So
Yep. That would be perfect.
where you want it.
So then the Wraith can end up destroying it.
Alright, so I'll start with my fleet of foot. As is my wont, we get a Cerebral Hemorrhage, Elemental Subwave Inducer, Accelerated Assault, and Throwing Knives. And then I will Hypersonic Assault. And anything about the order here that matters, or?
I don't think so. The Shinobi Assassin is going to end up on someone's deck. Any preference?
If we put
Actually-
on Tachyon, I'll draw it immediately, and it'll go right back into play.
Yeah, and it will destroy the ship. That's going to be what will happen. So that's fine. That saves time. You have lots of cards.
Yep. Ooh, alright, so let's see.
Yeah, Nimble Strike first.
Yeah, I definitely want a Nimble Strike first. How many do I have? So that's 9, that'll be 10. Alright, so a Nimble Strike. And should I kill the Lepardoja, and then the Shinobi Assassin will go after the Apprentice, so that's not super helpful, right?
Yeah, the Apprentice is hypersonic assaulted, so I wouldn't worry about it at all.
Alright, so I'll just hit
hit
Le Capitan
Capitan.
for 1.
Yeah.
And... oh, right, do I want to draw a card?
So you get the question because you might not want.
Yeah. So Shinobi Assassin comes out, destroys the ship. And then... boom.
Throws the dynamite.
And there's my HUD goggles.
Hey, you got another power to use.
Alright, yeah, I'll throw in throwing knives then. Do we want to get rid of the apprentice prisoner?
Yeah, you may as well just. I mean, may as well.
Yeah, I
think.
mean, yeah, you can't hit the Siege Breaker.
And it's better to destroy her when she can't deal damage. So, and I would just leave the assassin alone.
Alright, so just
They don't-
stop dealing.
Yeah, they only unless we want to like manipulate them to be. I mean, we can manipulate them to be hitting the villains, which is good. They also sort of slow our card draw down, though. So
Yeah.
there's a balance there. And of course, it's sort of like herding raptors, where sometimes it doesn't end up going the way you plan.
And now comes another Apprentice Poisoner, because as I mentioned, the Temple of Zulong has the fewest unique cards of any other deck.
Are we voting?
I'm doing a thing. Hang on. There we go. Okay, good.
Destroy a card. I'm okay to lose Demoralization. I think it's not doing much at the moment. And Throwing Knives is going to get really good because you have Micro-Targeting Computer now. So, unless you want that burst in the trash, Jeremy.
That's. I was just looking at, like, she, I believe, has the lowest HP of anybody right now. I wouldn't mind keeping it around if we've got other options. Walk the plank.
No damage.
Wah wah. Well, it's been 17 minutes, which means Time Cataclysm is over, and so now we hear the Dreamer dreaming. Let me go back to Time Cataclysm.
So we could do the same thing again, if you want, because I have Suggestion, and you have Hypersonic Assault. I'm not opposed to putting the villain on pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
Given how high she is in HP, I'm happy with using whatever tactic we need. Yeah, Lou Dolphin says, "Whoops, we just lost to the Dreamer." Yep, I switched it back.
Actually, putting the ship in her deck is great because she has other cards that retrieve it from the trash, but not from the deck.
Mm.
And then we'll just keep having Tachyon as long as Tempest has something to do. Yeah, Tachyon can keep discarding cards. And now you have things that help you play more.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of one of these.
Lou Dolphin said that what we did was really wise.
He did indeed.
He'll think we've reached a milestone.
All right. I can deal. Boop.
Lou Dolphin, you're not being mocked. Don't cry.
Ooh. Does anybody have? Nope. Siegebreaker does not have enough for Sonic Vortex to be useful. Or not Sonic Vortex. The
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. Yeah. Anybody want some damage? Nope. All right.
You could target yourself and hit Le Capitan again.
Ah! You're right.
You want to go back?
I do. More damage!
We're rewinding, everyone.
Everybody vote for the rewind. Excellent. All right, so let's do this again. So we're going to experiment with Tachyon. We're start with Sonic Vortex. Actually, oh no, it's only gonna be 2. Darn it. I was gonna say if it could be 3 and get Siegebreaker down to 2, then I could get Siegebreaker out finally, but I guess that's not gonna work.
If you had another synaptic interruption, you could have made it work. But Shinobi Assassin will hit Siegebreaker.
There we go. Oh man, I'm gonna be a card-playing machine next turn. HUD Goggles pushing the limits, and I just drew a Lightning Reflexes.
Yeah, so the Wraith will be able to take out. I guess you won't be able to take out Siegebreaker, just really close. But you could, if you don't want to draw a card, you could put the Assassin on top of your deck, and it will kill Siegebreaker when you go to draw a card, if you want.
So step through that, since that might be a more complicated idea for Krista.
So if you hit Siegebreaker now, which I recommend, so go ahead and do that. He's going to be down at 1. If you destroy the Shinobi Assassin, so it goes to the top of a hero deck, just like it did on Jeremy's turn there. And so when you draw that, it's going to come back into play and hit the target with the lowest hit points, which is going to be Siegebreaker. And so the Shinobi Assassin will do our dirty work for us.
I will do that then.
What could possibly go wrong? Trying to convince ninjas to do things for us.
It's always a good idea.
Always trust ninjas.
Yeah. Eggroll asks, is the theme for Zulong's Temple going to be like the soundtrack in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? It is going to be like the soundtrack for the Temple of Zulong. An original piece from Jean-Marc Giffen. Siegebreaker is assassinated.
Finally.
Goodbye.
And these Apprentice Poisoners are all lined up in the deck.
Yep.
All right, Le Capitan on advanced is destroying things. Pushing the limits, maybe?
Yep. That's fine.
And oh, surprise, surprise! It's Walk the Plank again.
But hypersonic. Wah, wah.
All right. So we don't have that trick again because you don't have another hypersonic, and I don't think we have throat jab. So, but I can at least do a precognition and try to control what's coming up. Because it's really tough to use these cards on the Capitan normally because the ship causes her to reshuffle at the start of every turn of every villain turn. So we've got Chip, who is a crewmate, and Walk the Plank again, and Captain's Orders. So yeah, I mean Captain's Orders wouldn't be bad. Or even Chip wouldn't be bad. But Captain's Orders, you've got all those blinding speeds, be easy to get rid of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to play 3 cards this turn. Because I have HUD Goggles and Lightning Reflexes. And I have 13 burst cards in my trash. So I'd probably
You're going to Lightspeed Barrage? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to Lightning Reflex, something, Lightspeed Barrage.
I think I'll put Chip on top. He does not very much damage, and he's probably just going to get killed by accident, so. And then Tachyon can have another burst card in your trash.
Awesome. Oh, man, and I got another quick insight. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of one of these.
I've got lots of cards, so Vicious Cyclone.
Okay, so I get 2 cards. If I Lightning Reflex, I get 2 cards plus 1 card. So, we're definitely trying to get rid of Maria Helena's Revenge, yes?
It's not a huge deal.
Not a huge deal?
Right
Alright. So let's quick insight then. We'll start with that. So Supersonic, Hypersonic, Sucker Punch. Alright, well I know one that I can get rid of. Sucker Punch. And probably one of those Supersonics. So now I still have 2 cards, so... What do you think? Sonic Vortex, then Lightspeed?
I wouldn't play Sonic Vortex. I would probably play another Burst card or Hypersonic Assault.
Yeah. Haven't been dealt damage by her. So that's Supersonic Response for an extra 1. We're not trying to get rid of Maria Helena's Revenge.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, I like Hypersonic. Let's do that. And that's going to go after the lowest.
Yeah, put it on mine.
Okay.
Because that chip will be out at that point.
Ah. Need 1 more vote for Visionary. Alright, and now I will Lightspeed Barrage for 17 damage. Good times.
Not bad.
Alright, Experiment. Rolling the dice and 2
Discard.
discards. Wah, wah.
You have 1. Well, I mean, yeah. There were 2 1-shots and
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you could not have succeeded in that experiment. You should have looked at your deck. You had a 1-shot, ongoing burst, equipment limited. That was doomed to failure.
Oh well. Okay.
Well,
Right.
Trust Fund is jumping out at me as a good choice here.
yeah. Mega Computer really isn't gonna do any good right now, probably. So,
Mega Computer is one of those cards that I almost never play. I have to be in a really specific scenario where I'm like, I absolutely need this right now. Otherwise, I almost never use it.
yeah.
I use it often.
Oh, 2 impromptu inventions.
Where was that at the start?
10 cards down.
Oh, Maria Helena. I think we got you. I don't want to speak too soon, but when she ends up with hit points in the same area as most of the heroes, I usually start to feel pretty confident. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. We can get rid of my hog goggles. Oh, well, never mind. Somebody voted for hog goggles, but...
Oh, well.
Damage Dealer Visionary.
That's right. Do you want your deck reshuffled?
I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later, so unless there's somebody else who's dying for something...
I guess you don't have any light speed barrages. So.
Yeah, I don't have any, so.
I'm going to give this over to Tempest, though. More assassins.
Hit Chip. Take that, Chip.
Oh, the Vicious Cyclone would have been nice now. I'll put out Electrical Storm.
See, if you kill both of those assassins and put them on Tachyon's deck, then we can get them both to come into play with your power.
Well, I'm definitely killing one of.
You are killing one for sure, yeah. So, I guess.
Where should I put
actually,
them?
we wanted to be on Tempest's deck so that it kills Chip before Hypersonic Assault expires.
Wait, huh? Okay.
As exciting as an experimentation on assassins is. But I think we can probably pull off 13 damage. Or at least we'll very soon start to get the assassins going after La Capitane. Like if you play Sonic Vortex, you could have the assassins mostly kill her. We will get to experiment on assassins. Glorious.
That's awesome. Yeah, so just for anyone in the chat who's not quite keeping up, Tachyon has no cards remaining in her deck, but we have not had an event yet that triggers a reshuffle. So the only 2 cards in Tachyon's deck at this point are assassins, which means if I experiment, they will be 2 cards that match, and they will both be
well,
played.
It doesn't matter if they match; they get revealed, and so they get played.
Right, exactly right. So, okay, so let's deal. So she's definitely the lowest, right? What's going to do the most damage? Supersonic response.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do that. Oh, and I get 1 more even. So if I accelerated assault. Are the assassins going to take her out? No, not quite. There's going to be 1 HP left, it looks like.
Once again, Krista will have the
Krista gets the final blow.
The assassins are doing a great job for us here.
All right. Take us home, Krista. You can do whatever you want here.
Yeah,
you can impromptu invention and set up even more, or you could just do whatever you like.
Whatever.
Good grappling hook an assassin on top of your deck. It draws a card. So many options.
So many options. And there it is, Maria Helena.
Fading away into the true form.
Indeed. Oh, good games tonight. And that was even advanced.
Yeah. Well done.
Worked well.
Good times. All right. Well, Krista has now joined us on the stream, so she is no longer a mysterious background player for Handelabra. You've now heard her voice and seen her play Sentinels. So thank you, Krista, for joining us. Thank you, Jen, for joining us this evening.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I think that about does it for another episode of Sentinels Live. As you all know, Sentinels of the Multiverse is the only cooperative comic book card game that you should be playing. Thanks for joining us. We do this every Tuesday night at around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Sentinels is currently available on iOS, Android, and Steam, and always in good old analog cardboard and ink. And you can find more information about the game at sentinelsdigital.com. As always, I'm Jeremy.
I am John.
And we had Krista and Jennifer with us tonight. The only Handle Lab Rat who did not join us this evening was Jean-Marc. But as you know, he joins us on the stream occasionally, as well as for the listening parties, which we'll be having another one of probably sometime in the next 2 weeks. Stay tuned to all of our Twitters and our Facebooks and our mailing list to hear about when that's going to be coming. But yeah, Season Pass Preview Pack, as you can see tonight by our preview of Setback and the Temple of Zhulong, are rapidly approaching release. We'll hopefully have a release date for you probably pretty soon. That's the best I can say about that. But thanks again for joining us, and we will see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Bye.